Welcome everybody to episode 4 of the Manga Panel podcast. We are bringing you issue 29 of Weekly Shonen Jump. Bo is here with me. We've got Key and we've got Trent. Say hello everybody.
Guys.
This was an amazing issue. Let's jump right into it.
One of the best.
Yeah.
This is so good. Bo, you want to start us off? Tell us what your favorite chapter was this week. What from your favorite series?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I haven't been reading that many series weekly for too long, but
Yeah.
since I've been reading multiple weekly, this is easily the best issue. Obviously, One Piece just had a big chapter. My Hero just had a huge chapter. Even stuff like Earthchild and Doron had pretty good chapters. So
Yeah.
I have to say my favorite is definitely One Piece, which we'll get into at the end of the
Yeah,
podcast
of
because
course,
that's
of
number
course.
one. But yeah, for sure, really good issue.
Absolutely. Key?
I just kind of started finishing up here on the chapters, but I think that this is surprising, probably. The chapter that really hit the hardest for me this week might have actually been Earthchild.
We will get into that very soon. We'll talk
Yeah.
about that real quick here. Trent, what was your favorite chapter this week?
I'm probably Blue Box. I think this whole thing that's been going on paid off really well, and the final nail in the coffin for it was I saw the mangaka author notes, and he said that he struggles with the sports scenes, so he's it kind of makes me feel good that his hard work paid off because he had to do revisions and stuff.
That was really cool.
Mhm.
I did just read the author comments. For me, I'm gonna have to go with Sakamoto Days. It was just a really good chapter. My favorite character was shown off very, very well in this chapter, so I'm excited. But let's
Sorry, not to cut you off. The fact
go
that
ahead.
no one else said One Piece shows how good of an issue this was.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it is one of the best. I mean,
Oh,
obviously,
that,
this past 6 months of One Piece has been bonkers, but that chapter was god tier.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. That
The only reason
chapter
I
was
did-
insane.
The
Go ahead.
only reason I did not say One Piece is just because not only did Bo already say it, but also because we kind of knew what was going to
We
happen.
already knew it was going to be an insane chapter.
And it was
We were
already knew it was
we were
gonna
we were braced for it a little bit.
Yeah. Fair.
But yeah, let's gonna talk through the rankings a little bit. Or the TOC. We got One Piece in the front, Sakamoto, My Hero, Jujutsu Kaisen, as usual. Witch Watch sitting right up in the front there, just after the big hitters, which is crazy. You got Blue Box right there, RuriDragon and Aliens Area. They've now kind of started a series. We'll talk about them later in the episode. I mean, Robocco at 9, Akane Banashi at 10, Super Smartphone at 11, High School Family Kokosei at 12, and then you got some one shots: Elusive Samurai, Mission Yozakura, Mashle, Doron. And this is where it's interesting. We have Doron Dororon at 17, above Undead Unluck,
Amen.
PPPPP, and Earthchild, which is crazy. So we'll get into that as we go on, it's just interesting to see Doron Dororon make it kind of just push through the pack.
Yeah.
But when we talk about Doron, it'll be really interesting because that was an interesting chapter. So we'll start off with Earthchild though.
Yeah. But knowing the rankings that we have here aren't exactly accurate to chapter per chapter now, it's just kind of interesting because you have to think back to when these rankings would have taken place. I'm just trying to think, how is it that Doron got up to here? But then I have to remember it's
It's been
that was
yeah, it's been Doron has also been carrying itself way better than it was in the start and kind of in the middle.
Right.
So maybe it does deserve it, but we'll talk about Doron in a little bit. But Earthchild, let's Trent, you want to kick us off with some thoughts about Earthchild?
Yeah, sure. I was very surprised the direction that they took it, because I wasn't expecting to be super blown away with how good these chapters are.
No.
But it's really picking up, and I was worried about where the story was going to go before, but I'm less worried about it now. But it looks like the rankings isn't doing too hot anyways, so maybe it's a little too late. But this chapter really just hammered home on, I think, what we liked about in the first chapter, which is the main character and his wife's relationship. It's just a really awesome relationship to see progress, and just being able to see more of their dynamic together is awesome, especially seeing his dedication to having a family and supporting everyone.
Oh, for sure. No,
absolutely.
It was
especially
crazy.
with taking off the helmet in space, like madman.
What a true romantic.
Yeah, no, that was crazy. I got so hopeful. I was like, oh my god, it's actually gonna pull through. You can't just take off your helmet in space. That's how it works.
Does not pull through.
Bro, every time we think this man has come with like the next like big IQ plan to save his wife, it just kind of like tickles your balls a little bit because he just misses. He just barely misses. It pisses me off so much.
No, well, it was literally right there. He was in like finger's reach, and then homie Albert just gets probably dead too. They're probably both donezo, and then now he's kissing his rock wife, Jolian.
Dude, it's wild. Every single time, like this manga surprised me with its art, and I think that's like the biggest selling point for me still. Because when you flip the page and it just shows that she's moved from her spot on the rock to like a holding out pose and stuff, that shit just like blew me away. I'm like, oh shit, she can move.
Yeah,
it was great.
Flipping the page and seeing her move was just like groundbreaking. Like you never would have expected it.
Yeah, exactly. Because you think, how is he gonna come back from this? What's gonna happen? Is he gonna get powers magically? Because that's just gonna ruin it. But no, she moved.
Yeah, no, I like, and see, it's at the very back of the magazine, and it might mean it's like in serious danger. We don't know exactly where it'll go, but like with the place it is now, they could pretty much just end it in the next few chapters. We don't really know. Obviously, we're probably far away from a serialization meeting still, so probably has like a dozen more chapters or so. But that being said, even if this is the end of the Earthchild, this is not the last thing I want to see from this mangaka. He's got amazing art, amazing paneling, and his ability to tell incredible stories just blows me away. He the first chapter of Earthchild is one of the best first chapters I've seen in Jump in a long time. So I hope this isn't the end here, because I know he can tell amazing stories. Maybe just Earthchild isn't that one.
Yeah, I mean, we've been kind of saying this, I think, every episode of this podcast. We don't really know how this is going to wrap up here. Will she die or whatever. If this chapter seems pretty conclusive, like this could have been like the second to last chapter, I feel like, if they wanted it to be. Yeah. But then also last chapter we saw like the little dialogue with Mamoru. They're almost setting up like an Earthchild part 2 where like there's a time skip and then he's just like a 10-year-old or something. So like, I will say, great chapter, and I'm just super excited to see what they do with this, because obviously, like you said, it's not going to end for at least another handful of chapters. So
for sure.
I'm excited to see how they're going to probably wrap this up realistically, but just see where they go with it.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think if anything, if they keep it going, they'll treat the first 21 chapters or so as like a prologue, because I
agree.
Yeah. Because and then it'll just this was all set up for Mamoru.
Yeah, exactly.
And then So we're good on Earthchild?
Yep. Think so. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Small chapter.
PPPPP. So I just caught up to this the other day.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Nice.
I finished Yozakura and just immediately dived in. And wow, I really, really like PPP.
I did too.
So to see it this low, especially
this low is heartbreaking,
with this arc, it's really saddening. I love the main character, Lucky. I don't know. I gathered some very wrong ideas of how PPPP is set up, just from listening and hearing other things. But I'm kind of glad I was wrong. I thought it was I thought it would pop from the story would focus solely on each sibling separately. So I was like, man, I'm reading the first 2 chapters with that mindset, and I'm like, man, I really like Lucky. This is gonna suck when it switches to the other siblings. They look ugly. I don't want to read about them. But yeah, I really like PPP. I think it lends itself really well. Its artwork is probably its biggest strength and its biggest fault. There's moments where the art is gorgeous and the characters look amazing, and it really, really emphasizes the fantasy of the music. I know some of the pieces they play, only a few, but I can almost imagine it and feel it, especially with the fantasy. It really portrays the emotion really, really well through the art. But then at the same time, some panels look a little weird, weird proportions, and then also some characters I just can't take seriously, because they look like Mark Zuckerberg, like Lizard Man, and it's so gross. Some of them look atrocious, but one thing I noticed, I think it was in this latest chapter or a couple chapters back, is that the eyes of the characters, if they're related, they're the same. They have the same eyes, which is so cool. That's awesome.
They're not just related, dude. They're septuplets. Like,
but not other characters, like but other characters as well.
This chapter, they showed us they all have the same birthday. Who would have guessed?
Oh, wow.
I can't believe it. Yeah, no,
I couldn't believe it.
And
what
it's
a coincidence.
It's stepping into a big arc. Like it feels like a really important arc. So I hope it does pick up on ranking, very soon, because
I can't believe you said that some of the characters look ugly, bro.
How do you look at his mentor with literal lizard's eyes and be like,
oh no, he's ugly as hell.
I like him. I absolutely love his character.
Siblings, dude.
Oh,
like,
no. There's
so cute.
no. There's the one. I can't remember his name. Oh, it's Doron. Dude, he looks so ugly. The purple hair. I'm like, ew.
Okay, fine. I'll give you Doron, but like Reijiro and Fanta, they all look.
Yeah.
Bro.
Mimi, what's her name? Mimin is so beautiful. Yeah. Some of those are some of my favorite panels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm just excited to see them team up and go off against their siblings. Like that's gonna be so fucking hype.
Well, let's hope we see that. It's gonna get canceled.
No, please.
Don't at least get through this.
No. Don't do it.
No, I really hope it picks back up because I feel like we could be seeing low. It's been setting up this arc for like a few chapters.
Yeah,
so I don't know if that's affecting the rankings yet.
I think,
but it is definitely a slow bit.
Yeah,
like in the manga.
Yeah,
but I'm hoping it'll pick up and then.
Oh, also I like that it defies Shonen. He sucks at piano. Okay, and that's it. He sucks at piano. Like he's getting better, but he doesn't just miraculously beat professionals.
He actually does practice.
And so I really, really like that part. That he's a really enjoyable character. He's really endearing. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
Which is fun. Which is very, very fun, especially for a shonen.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But hopping on over to Undead Unluck.
Yeah, Key, pick us off with Undead.
It's more or less the same that we've been seeing the past 2 chapters, so I don't have a ton to say about it as per usual. We got more exposition on this guy that he's fighting, more backstory. The fight itself basically concluded now, but again, not a whole lot to go off of. That's why it's again not even close to my top 3 chapters this week. But Undead Unluck, still good. Nobody else here is really reading it except for Bo. Bo, you gotta get caught up. Come on, man. I need someone to talk about this.
We did all hop on the Mashle train. I mean, I'm not caught up yet, but I'm so close. I really could have, but then I fell asleep today.
It's fine. Mashle is still a lot better than Undead Unluck, so it's fine.
Yeah, ooh, that was a close one for a really good chapter this week. But yeah, Doron Dororon. So obviously we've seen it kind of push through a little bit with the rankings.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Jump in with some thoughts, guys. Bo, you want to kick us off with some Doron?
Yeah, I mean, obviously last chapter ended an arc with the elephant nose dude. I forget his name. This arc is already introducing a ton of new characters of the Izanagi Corps, but also the ending where it's like, yeah, this is the leader, and if you kill him, all the Mononoke will disappear.
Right. I thought that was super exciting.
Yeah, really exciting. And I think it's a smart way to go right now because obviously I'm sure the mangaka is nervous that it might get canceled. This is an arc that you can end it with this and that's perfect, or you can have something exciting happen and then it keeps going. So, I mean, just an arc setup chapter with the leader of the Izanagi Corps and all that. But I thought it was a good chapter.
Yeah, no, yeah. I feel like you get to see a lot of these new characters and kind of the whole corp, and it was fun. Also, I always love the powerful old man kind of testing the main character trope. I love it. It's a great shonen. And yeah, no, it was not set up. I feel like, and I like it because they feel like they could end it right here, in 5 chapters, or they can keep it going for a very long time with this super powerful, unreachable villain for the time. So we'll really see when we kind of get our hands on him.
Sorry, go ahead, Trent.
I was just gonna say the whole twist with Kusanagi maybe going away. I think that really plays to Doron's strength, where I don't think you could really get that same kind of moment from other shonen because Doron's so weird with having like almost like a double team kind of protagonist. The only other time I've seen that is with it's called Guardian of the Witch. It's a series that ran for like 15 chapters 2 years
Clearly,
ago.
you've never read Robocco.
Well, Robocco's not a shonen battle. Robocco's not gonna get stuck through a portal dimension. Or she probably could, but
she'd come back with like, I don't know, a giant ass or something. It's Robocco.
My goodness.
Keep going.
Anyways.
Carry on.
But no, I just feel like it was really cool because I don't think you could get that moment from other things with it being as powerful. So I'm excited to see where this goes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and the good thing about this setup is kind of like what Aiden said. You can have as much fluff or as little fluff in between now and that final fight. And in 4 chapters, sure, could still make it work. And it in like 200 chapters from now or whatever, could still work.
Yeah.
You just have to know that there's setup now, early on, so that when you reach that point, it doesn't seem like there's this random guy popping out of nowhere. Suddenly he's the strongest thing that they've ever
basically, this is future-proofing, so Ayashimon doesn't happen again. Where it just ends.
Please stop!
Well, it's like bringing up key drama.
I have to. Hey, important announcement since last week. It's getting printed physically here in America.
That's crazy.
It is, and
That's
I'm
crazy.
excited about
Thank
that.
you, Viz. Thank you, Viz.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Viz printing canceled physical manga is really interesting. I like it. We're still getting, was it Neru and
we're not getting Neru.
We're not getting Neru? Oh, it's just Red Hood?
It's Red Hood and Ayashimon right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But hopefully
weird.
keeps up.
Weird. So they're just okay.
Neru
that's
not getting it's okay. Neru's
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw much of the tweet, but the people at Viz, like the guy that's running the social media account, said that they basically want to print it because they liked how much Maruo liked manga. So it's basically like them saying, "Oh, hey, this guy likes stuff that we like too." So print.
I hope it does really well.
Yeah, I hope.
Hopefully it does.
I hope Viz keeps doing cool things with this us in the West as a Western audience. I think that's cool. Keep it up, Viz. I like it.
Sponsor us.
We're like getting super. I feel like we're itching on the edge of like the return of the physical weekly Shonen Jump. Again.
Please, God, that'd be great.
That'd be incredible if we got that here. I had one last thing I wanted to say about Doron real quick.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned this last week. Is what's her name, Genshio? Is she just gone? Is she just out of the series?
I think so.
This would have been the chapter to bring her back. This would have been the chapter to bring her back.
Yeah, no, and she hasn't. So
that is hilarious. I don't think I've ever seen that really happen before with like the main villain of a series.
Yeah, you have the. She's like on the cover of Volume 2 and everything.
Yeah, she is.
They just need the cover art to just get her out of there.
Yeah,
let's replace her with the other girl.
Yeah, replace her with the.
Even though it doesn't make sense.
It's like actually like pasted over. Like you like actually like clearly like does not fit.
They did her dirty. But hey, I guess it worked out in the end.
The whole thing was that she was super goated. So like her just not being there is super funny because it's obviously people didn't like her. Like she needed to be out of the manga.
Yeah, no, that was Doron's interesting. I think another thing too is where I think like having like an attainable goal now, like with also the Mononoke being like threatened essentially with either the curse, like and he cares about Kusanagi enough, so much so that he'll do something for his sake.
Right.
Like I don't know. I think like a world of like Mononoke and humans living in peace is probably something he'll try to strive for. So there's there's so much possibility with this setup just alone, which is actually really really great for Doron.
This is the arc they needed to set up because Doron's relationship with Kusanagi is the series. So like really leading into that makes a lot of sense.
And it puts pressure on them. It will put pressure on them, which is interesting. Like so. Yeah. I'm excited.
I could see if they need to go longer, they maybe fail the mission on killing this guy, and then Mononoke, it becomes like a permanent, we have to, Mononoke are a thing forever now.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have to deal with them. And then that's when they start working towards like cooperation between humans and Mononoke.
What about the other super strong Mononoke? What was his deal? Is he what's going on with him? The one that was like on the bridge early on? Who was I'm sorry, I forget. But like, is he just like where is he?
He died, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah, he died.
No, he was like in a cave talking to other Mononoke, wasn't he? Am I tripping?
No, I don't think
I feel
you're
like
tripping.
the first, like the edgy captain guy killed him.
Did he? Okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm misremembering. I felt like he didn't because I remember.
Are you talking about the big one?
The one that
the
killed.
super like humanoid buff dude.
He turned into a humanoid one, and then he went to the house.
Oh.
I thought everyone died at that house.
Yeah.
Oh, he's dead. Oh, okay, we're good then.
Yeah.
No, the only one that's still alive is one of those other ones.
The one that appeared in the last chapter.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. No sweat.
Cool.
Mashle, you guys.
Are you guys gonna talk spoilers or should I dip? Because I'm deep in this.
No, we won't talk. No, we won't talk spoilers.
Okay.
Next week,
I love
when you guys are all caught up. Start us off, Bo.
This shit good. So I just finished the Divine Visionary Selection Exam arc, which at the end of that you get a lot of like info.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I don't know what I expected. I'm sorry, Key. This might sound like a slight to Undead Unluck, but when people talk about these series, they they talk about them together because they started at the same time.
Yeah.
This is so much better than Undead Unluck. Like I had this idea in my mind that like they would be comparable in quality. It's not even close. It's not even close.
Look, I know that, dude. I like Undead Unluck, but I know that Mashle's better. Okay.
I was just surprised. I didn't have the highest expectations, so to see, Mashle's really good. The comedy's
thank
great.
you for trying to spare my feelings. I'm already getting like absolutely destroyed here with the Ayashimon slander, so I appreciate it.
But yeah, Mashle's great. I've heard people say like the comedy dies down a lot. I haven't really seen that yet. It happens a little bit, but like not much. Like obviously, like I got a bunch of lore just now. Yeah, I'm joking too much during that.
Yeah,
but,
like even still, they still always cram a joke in. I can't. I won't say what point you guys are at because I don't know for all of you. But man, like even in some of the most serious moments, there's a joke in this chapter. I don't know about these recent ones, but there has been like really funny bits.
Dude, like, and you know that there is this ongoing bit right now.
There is,
with Mash right now.
Yeah, and that one.
It's hilarious. I think it's so funny. It's really shonen too, but we won't say what it is.
Yeah, no, it's really funny, and also it has some of the coolest 2-page spreads ever. I get so hyped when Mash is rocking someone's shit, and it's this full 2-page spread. I'm like, dude. Yeah!
And it happens often too. And they don't let you wait.
Yeah, but it never doesn't. It doesn't ever like. It hasn't worn its welcome. Like every time,
it's always exciting. You're like,
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, Mashle's great.
Yeah.
I should be caught up by next episode for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Trent, you gotta talk about it, man, because you started it too, and I've been looking forward to hearing what you have to say.
I think I'm right before where Bo is. Or are you caught up, Bo?
No. I'm
okay.
I'm at like 74. I
was making sure I wasn't misremembering the names of arcs, but I'm right before where Bo is, I think.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm same boat as Bo. I'm blown away by Mashle. It's amazing. I'm really liking the comedy. I'm really kicking myself for not reading it.
Yeah.
When there's only 17 chapters and I was bored every day at work. Like, why wouldn't I do that? Like, what the hell's wrong with me?
You don't want it to end, dude. You don't want to be caught up. It's a pain to wait for more.
Yeah. No, I think that was my least favorite thing was getting caught up with Mashle. I was like, oh.
It's over.
It's so good to binge. Sorry. Anyways.
Is this the first series that we all can mutually agree is just beyond fantastic?
Pretty good.
I
hate One Piece, so I can't agree with you on that one.
Yeah, you hate One Piece. I mean, outside of like the main boys, you know, I think
obviously,
yeah, this is fantastic. Is there anything you guys wanted to say about like this chapter in particular without spoilers?
It was fucking insane. I can't believe it. Like, I was like, holy shit.
I'm really wondering how they're gonna handle this because, you know.
I'm sure you know how they'll handle it, but it's crazy. Yeah, but it's gonna be nuts. Like I think it's gonna be so much better than like I expected initially. And it's like the stakes are high. Like I didn't think they'd be this high. They're really high. And really cool fights.
Do you say I didn't expect it to be like this initial D or initial Lee?
Interpret it as you will.
Okay, cool.
But I
misheard you. I'm tired.
The only disappointing thing about Mashle is that it's ranking this fucking low.
Yeah, I was about to say, why
Japanese voters. What are you doing? Put it first.
I'm moving to Japan.
We'll just jump to all the convenies and we'll just buy all the we'll send in a million.
No, you don't even buy them. You just
rip out
you just go to the store and rip out the survey.
Start mailing them all in Mashle.
Well, actually, we could buy them and resell them on eBay because there's people dumb enough like us who will buy them for $20 a pop. Mission Yozakura family. Key,
really?
You're the freshest thoughts. I've got a rant, so go.
You got a rant?
Yeah, I'm gonna rant. So you go ahead.
Okay. So Trent's all caught up. Aiden, you're also all caught up, and then I'm almost caught up. I'm on chapter 105, 106 right now.
Yeah.
Damn.
This shit is peak.
It is peak. Let's go.
It is This is the. I don't even have words for it. The absolute top of the shonen mountain right here, dude. It is everything that shonen should be.
I don't know about that one.
Damn.
I don't know.
I wouldn't go that far.
This is classic shonen. This is classic. Okay, everything that's going on with the story, with the characters, and the little budding romance that you have between the two main characters. It's beautiful. It's absolutely epic, and the spreads too. The art, everything. I mean, the art is by all means not anything standoutish from everything else in the magazine, but it's still really, really, really impressive.
Yeah.
I don't know. As time goes on, I'm really liking the characters a lot more than I initially did because I feel like they didn't expand on them as much as they should have in the very beginning, especially the main family. But dude, this is amazing. All the characters, great, absolutely great. I don't know anything about the latest chapter though, so I'm just gonna hand it off to Trent. And then Aiden, you can rant after that. I'll take whatever shit-eating response you have for that.
I think I know what Aiden's rant is, but
yeah, we did talk a little bit about it, but
we just got more. What's his name? Momo. We got more information on him. His little arc's playing out, but I don't want to spoil too much.
Yeah,
so.
no. There's a lot happening.
I'm comfortable saying.
But it's been really, really good. So yeah, Yozakura, I got caught up just a couple of days ago, and man, I've read. I'm almost reading everything in Jump right now. I have never, not once, had so much trouble catching up on a series. It normally and I've been dedicating a lot of time to reading it. I just can't push through it, and it took me a while. And I left off last episode, I think I was around 50-something chapters. Immediately after, and they started building up for a really big arc. And the second that arc hits, it is one of the most, underwhelming, dog shit arcs in any manga I've ever read.
I want to hear Key, because I didn't find it that repulsive. It's the island arc, Key.
Yeah.
Island arc.
The one where they go underground.
Where they fight 20 billion people.
Dude, I thought that was a good arc.
No,
I did too. Aiden hates it.
I hate it. I've never struggled to read something so hard, and it's never it's not I'm reading Hunter x Hunter and fucking Bakuman right now. Those are novels. Those aren't even manga. Those are novels. Man, what a slog it was to read Yozakura this week. It was only that portion. It's only that arc and just a little bit after and a little bit before. It was only that part. And it was just, there's too many fucking backstories for characters that don't matter at all. And then backstories of the main characters that are just the same but from a different perspective. And I was like, why? Why is this a thing? And then it was just so much just exposition dump. And I'm like, this is supposed to be a fight. What is this? This is supposed to be the whole manga, half the manga's been building up to this fight.
You've never read a shonen before.
No, but I was honestly,
that's what I mean.
Watch Naruto. I thought you were one of the biggest fans of Naruto.
But even that, I was I've never struggled with a manga that hard. And then immediately I finished that fucking arc, and it's literally the Rock Lee drops the weights, and I'm like, oh, this is so good, because immediately after it's fucking so good. Chapters I think it was 85 where it stopped being bad, to now have been incredible.
I definitely think it up after that arc.
Oh yeah.
Like I did like that arc, but the stuff that's been happening in the past 40 chapters is way more interesting.
Oh, like by far and large. And that was my issue with it too, is because I feel like they've kind of told a little bit what was told in that arc too, and way better. And that makes way more sense. Because
you're talking about with Futaba and Koichiro during the exam?
No. No. I'm talking about like the whole thing with the history of the family. I'm talking about like the history with like the family. They just exposition dumped that like way too hard, and I was like, you should have given us more just like tips or like I guess hints, and then given us more information. Then try to give us all the information then, because when they like kind of spread it out later, it was told way better. And I was like, I understand this now. When I was first being introduced, I was like, I barely have any fucking clue what's going on.
Thank you for reminding me. My biggest thing with Yozakura family is I don't understand anything. I love Yozakura family. I could never tell you what the fuck they're talking about half the time.
No.
Half the time they're like,
dude, I feel like I understand
in my blood. My eye starts bulging, and now I'm super powered, and this is my blooming, and 10,000 flowers out of my ass. I'm like, what are you talking about, man?
Stop! You're gonna scare me from reading this.
It's just like it's too complicated for something that shouldn't be. Because like you trim down like half the words. Oh, it'd be fucking a masterpiece. It's just there's just too many words sometimes, and that was where it was like it was built up to be like a really big fight arc, and when it just did that, I was like, there's no way that you're doing this right now. But that's it. That is my only quarrel. Yeah. It was just that arc, because other than that, outside of that, these chapters more recently have been absolutely excellent. It's so fucking good. Some of like the highlights of what I was reading, so much so this news chapter, I almost was gonna be like, that was my favorite chapter this week. Like it picked up.
It's probably my second favorite.
It was really good.
Blue Box really hit me.
Absolutely.
But, I still really need to get caught up with it before I can like say my opinion on this arc that they're going into right now. But
this
I don't know, man.
New, so I don't think you would have seen much of it.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, I'm on chapter like 105, 106, like I said. But overall, man, I still think Yozakura was really, really good. It took me a while to just like really get going with it and like get attached to it. Because if I'm not really attached to it, if I'm just reading it for the sake of this podcast and I don't like the characters, if I don't like where the story is going, then I'm really just forcing myself along and I don't pay too much attention to it. And that was me in like the first 5 or so chapters, right?
Yeah.
But overall, where I'm at right now, I think it's solid.
Oh yeah,
it's really solid shonen.
It's really solid. I think like it should be a little higher in the magazine. Like it should sit around like 9 or 10 or 11. I don't know. I'm definitely not the front of the magazine. But some of its better moments, it deserves it. Like I hope to see when the rankings catch up, I hope to see it way closer to the front, especially with what it's been doing recently. Yeah. But yeah, no. Overall, I really like it. I just have a huge problem with the middle of it. Like a huge problem with the middle of it.
Out of every manga in this magazine, this was the one I expected the least to prompt such a hot rant.
I know, dude. We've been talking about this for like 15 minutes.
Yeah. You guys are going at it over fucking Mission Yozakura. That's hilarious to me. I have nothing about it, but it's hilarious.
Ever.
Yeah, it's just
when this came out right when this came out 2 years ago, I was like, I'm never reading that. That looks like garbage.
Yeah, which is fun. It struck such an interesting debate and so many thoughts. Like I don't stand here just to be like, fuck this manga, because I think it's a piece of work and it's a piece of art. I've never had so much trouble with a manga before. Like especially not in Jump. Jump is easy.
The conversations it brings it really made me think about a lot of things. Like even outside of the series, it made me think about like, man, would I want an anime of this over Mashle?
You got me thinking that same thing. It's hard, dude.
It's hard to choose which. Like, if I had to choose which one right now got an anime first, I don't know if I would. Like, I wouldn't
be able to pick. I wouldn't be able to pick.
That's why we'd go with Sakamoto Days. Anyways, Elusive Samurai.
Yeah, Elusive Samurai. Bo, are you caught up yet?
Yeah, I caught up last week.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay,
you start us off because I didn't shut the fuck up. So.
Okay, I'll start us off. I don't. This is a boring chapter. This is the one chapter of the stuff I'm caught up on that I just was like, well, it's mostly focused on Yorishige's son, right? Which, by the way, I wanted to mention that last week. That shit blindsided me because he looks young, and then he has a son, and then he has a grandson, and I was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
But yeah, it focuses on his son a little bit more, and then there's literally like a text box where it's like, yeah, he didn't really matter, like in real life. So it's like, I don't know. I thought the like obviously
that was funny.
It was funny, but it's like, come on. And then the last panel, of course, with the like tank fortress thing. That's cool, but I don't know. I thought this chapter was pretty underwhelming overall.
Yeah, I think it like struggled in comparison from like almost like the shock value of like Yorishige's chapter.
Yeah,
what was his name? But this one I thought was funny. Like I thought it was more of a funny like joke chapter. It had me laughing multiple times. But story wise, not so much. It was a good chapter. It was solid. It was funny.
It's just because like I just caught up right after the big Shokan battle and everything. Yeah. So for this to be like one of the first ones I'm reading weekly, it's like okay, it's good.
Yeah,
I don't know how I missed it. I knew like the Hojo clan and like all of like the politics was real, like real history. I didn't know the characters were real history. So that whole joke that they had where it's like we had so much information about the grandfather and the grandson, we had nothing about this guy. like I thought the joke was funny, but it like opened my eyes. I didn't know that they were like real figures in history. Like I was surprised.
A lot more Japanese manga, like obviously Japanese manga, a lot more manga does that than you would expect. Like I remember for the first time like looking up Gintama characters and coming up with actual Japanese soldiers, and I was like, what? Wait, what? Wait, what was that? That's not Hijikata.
Japanese soldiers fought aliens? No way.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude, Ito was way crazier than you thought it was. The era of the samurai was taken over by aliens. Yeah, no, that was a good one. I'll jump in with some high school family Kokosei real quick. Bo, you started reading it. Yeah, you started reading it, right?
I did start reading it last week. I haven't read any since because I started Mashle.
Oh yeah, fair.
Mashle. I think that's a fair drop.
that is fair. A high school family Kokosei, you can just kind of pick it up whenever. It's super easy.
I got like 15 chapters in or something. Yeah. So
yeah, no.
After Mashle, I'll probably read some more. But
thoughts so far? Do you find it enjoyable?
It's okay. it's like the first time I've read a gag manga, so it's like I guess I don't really know what to expect. See, okay. Mashle is obviously not a gag manga, but it is a comedy manga. Like that's more my style. This is pure gag. So like honestly, I will say I have read a couple random chapters of Robocco just like in passing because everybody treats it like the plague. From what I read of that, I didn't hate it. So I think I might like Robocco more once I actually get to that, but it's fine.
Yeah, I like High School Family. It's solid. It's not my favorite thing, but like it was a nice binge because I feel like it would go like a couple chapters and not being super funny, like maybe a laugh or two, and then having chapters where I'm like gutting myself. This chapter sucked ass. I laughed a couple of times, but like they had this funny ass setup with the cat. And they dropped the ball. I felt like the joke that they did, like I felt like it could have been way funnier than it actually was. And I was like, damn.
This is following the gangster cat plot, right?
It was the end of the gangster cat. All that like the town schools show up for like a whole gang war, and they just immediately fumbled the ball like so fast. And I was like, they almost like tried to introduce a serious moment, and I was like, what? And then they had like a really funny gag at the very end of the chapter that had me laughing pretty hard. But other than that, I don't know. Definitely really middle of the road. Should not be this high in the magazine for what
this is above Mashle.
This is above Mashle.
This is above everything below it.
Also, yeah. We were about to just list everything.
We really were. Yeah.
Trent. Super smartphone.
Yeah.
I think we're talking about like the setup for this kind of battle thing. I think it 100% paid off. This chapter was so engaging.
It was,
and I was like flipping awesome. Every page, like what's going to happen next? What are they going to say? It really takes me back to those Death Note days, where it's just like, what the fuck is L going to do? And then L does some shit, you're like, what is Light going to do? And then Light does some shit, you're like, no way.
Yeah, literally.
It's 4D chess, dude. It's 4D chess.
It's really like that. I never expected the guy. I would have never expected him to be like, yeah, I'm just going to meet you face to face. Because he's like, it was...
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder how he's going to handle this, dude. It's like he just said, awesome. How is he going to handle this?
Super smartphone's so fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's so impressive. I absolutely... Like, it it really makes me think, and then like gets me like on the edge of my seat. Like it's got me hook, line, and sinker. Like the writing's solid. It's not just like a simple premise that's like, oh, that's an interesting premise. It's the writing and the characters that propel it so far right now, and that's kind of like, and I feel like we haven't seen something like this in a really long time. Not that I'm aware of, which is really exciting. It's an exhilarating read. I love it.
Also, seeing him go head to head with something kind of gets rid of that feeling I had in the first couple chapters where it felt like he was like way too smart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it felt like he was as smart as the other people in the world.
Yeah,
It really didn't feel like he was just like some omnipotent high schooler.
Right. No, I think that that's a good thing though, because when he's going head to head with someone that has like the same abilities as he does, and they're equally as smart, and not just some moron that happened to pick up a phone, then I think that's great. And seriously, there's nothing in a magazine like this right now. And I think that's what makes it so interesting when you like get to reading that chapter for that week, is because there's nothing else. You have several battle manga, several comedy, other genres and stuff, but you don't have anything quite like this where it's a mystery and it's mind games, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So thrilling.
Mashiro and Takasugi would be so thrilled right now. Non-mainstream, non-standard battle manga. They'd be fucking thrilled. They'd be like, I wish I wrote this. But yeah, no, it's really impressive.
Bo?
Yeah, for sure.
Bo, you want to chime in?
Just echoing everything you guys said. I mean, Bakuman and Death Note are two of my favorite manga of all time. So to see a manga clearly inspired by Oba's writing is perfect for me. So I guess really good, like Trent said, just seeing him actually reveal himself and they're going to meet him face to face is it's exciting, because I mean I was kind of worried early on, like they could have taken this a completely different route where like he's just solving little cases to get points, but no, they're immediately going into like the big battles and stuff with like actual other smartphone holders. So Super Smartphone's been great so far.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's been really, really enjoyable. I'm impressed. Very impressed. Akane Banashi was an interesting chapter.
Another color page. Didn't it have one last week?
I feel like it's been having color pages like almost.
It's like color pages back to back.
Yeah,
they're
just handing them out.
Like
all right, you get it.
Hit. Which is interesting because like I feel like it's at like a really like I don't know the last two chapters or the last I don't know this chapter was kind of like a lull. It's definitely like an in between chapter. I don't nothing super stand out in this chapter off the top of my noggin, except for
like set up
the confrontation at the end, and then obviously Arakawa showing up, which will be I'm way more excited for next week than I was this chapter.
Country accent reveal, I guess.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Well, I was gonna say as an in between chapter, I thought this was great. But,
it's just enjoyable.
Really seeing I forget her name, the idol lady who wants to be. I mean, just seeing more of her character having the country accent is awesome. And then Akane not really like noticing that she actually cares about people knowing that. It looks like super wholesome. I thought this was a good chapter.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
No, I just like I didn't think it was like insanely standout.
Yeah, well, it was an interstitial chapter for sure, but for one of those, I thought it was pretty good.
Oh yeah, no, Akane really carries itself, and Akane carries the manga. She's super enjoyable. I absolutely love her personality, the way she just bounces around. She's great.
It's one of those series you don't have a lot to say about, though. To be fair,
not until like
every week I read it, and because I read the chapters in bed before getting out, and I'm just like, man, this shit's awesome. And then 10 minutes later, I'm like, okay, it doesn't linger. When I'm reading it, I'm like, this is awesome, and then it's over. And I'm like, okay,
it's really engaging, but there's not a lot like of thought to be left after. I mean, it'll probably hit a point later. It's really young. That's his
right.
thing.
We haven't been introduced to these characters enough to like really go in like in depth like mind politics on each one. You know,
absolutely, yeah. No, Trent, anything you want to say for Akane or?
No, I think I've talked enough about the others.
Okay,
you can talk as much as you want.
But I think you guys pretty much said what I was gonna say, so it's like not trying to beat a dead horse.
You're good. Yeah, no.
I don't really have anything to say about Akane. Sorry, just chiming in. I don't have anything to say, so we can just skip over.
All right, it's solid. It's enjoyable every week, and it's clearly doing well. Like it is doing insanely well. I was almost like half expecting when we were getting the Viz announcements, it was gonna be like, oh yeah, Akane Banashi.
Already,
that good.
Fall announcement for sure.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah,
I could see it for sure. Yeah. Me and Robocco.
All right, is anyone else actually reading it yet? I know Aiden started, and Bo, I think you started.
I've read a couple chapters, yeah.
Trent, at all?
No, I haven't read it yet.
All right, cool.
Big gag manga hater over here.
It's fine. Robocco. It's fine. Robocco, still really, really good. Still doing its gags. This chapter I found was a lot better than last chapter because they did a whole gag on like the state of fucking maid cafes. Oh shit! Bye, Trent.
He'll be back.
Yeah.
He'll be himself.
All right. No, they talked about maid cafes in this chapter. Robocco actually becomes a maid at a maid cafe, and also another robot who's been like a recurring character also has come back and is doing stuff in this chapter. I don't know. It's overall still really solid. Robocco is still my favorite comedy manga in the magazine right now. Not a whole lot else to share, but what are you guys' thoughts on it so far, just from where like you're at?
I'm only 6 chapters in. I like the gags. It's solid. Some of them I was like, but it has a good sense of humor, and it's like very, very, very self-aware, which is fun. It's what I'm reading next. It's the next thing I'm jumping into, and then I'm gonna start tackling the big beasts of Weekly Shonen Jump also while doing Hunter x Hunter, which has been fun.
I'm glad that you're doing that though with Hunter x Hunter because I feel like none of us are going to be able to catch up in time, and we need someone.
Dude, I'm getting nervous.
I'm stalled on the anime right now.
I'm gonna probably try to hit like chapter like 150 or 200 this week. I just hit 100 this morning.
It's so dense.
it's really dense. Like I'm reading. I just pretty much finished. Like it's kind of like post York New, which is one of the hands down one of the best arcs probably in all anime manga. It's just so enjoyable. It's really interesting. And like it's such a good read. Like God, I would almost recommend Hunter x Hunter just for York New, and then you could like drop it. Like it's that enjoyable. It gets better later.
Have you watched the anime, Aiden?
I did, yeah.
But you dropped it before Chimera, right?
Well, I didn't. I was a kid. Like I was really young. Like it was like one of the first anime I'd ever seen. And Netflix only had 100 episodes, which 100 episodes stopped in the middle of Chimera Ant arc. I don't know why. It's just how Netflix was. They did the same thing with Bleach, so I never finished Bleach as a kid either. So it's just like Netflix screwed me over watching anime when I was young. So
okay,
fair.
Yeah.
Probably saved you from Bleach though.
Oh, dude, why do we just have heat in this podcast? We just go for the fucking jugular
every time, dude. Every time I like something, everyone else, let's kill him, guys.
All right, now let's talk about Kingdom Hearts, guys.
Oh man,
don't even get me started on this. All right.
No, I was gonna say I was watching the Hunter x Hunter anime. I don't know shit about Hunter x Hunter. I'm like at the beginning of New York New, basically. Yeah. I like it, but I think I might like the manga more. I know that's like people love the Hunter x Hunter anime. It's like iconic. It's iconic anime, but I don't know. I feel like I tend to prefer manga anyway, so I think I might just switch to the manga.
It might be quicker. There's points where there's literally a page. There was literally a page where it's literally just a wall of text.
I've seen the memes.
Yeah, and it's literally just like a wall of text explaining an ability, and I'm like, I'm okay. Like, and then literally the next page, Gon goes, wait, so basically, like how, and then they sum it up in literally, it like literally sums it up in one bubble, and I was like, if I fucking read that, I would have thrown my phone out the window. I'd be like, no way. I'd have been
almost like we've been here before with another current running legacy.
Dude,
like me and Robocco's explanations are too long.
Dude, no, I'm not even talking about that. Robocco has like
two
sentences per panel.
Oh, you're talking about Fast Clover.
Jujutsu Kaisen is like
Jujutsu Kaisen, dude.
No, I know.
Jujutsu Kaisen's like the streamlined version of Hunter x Hunter explanations.
It is.
Like, dude, sometimes I'm just like, I don't need to know this. It's like the diameter of his penis makes his power this much stronger, and I'm like, what? Like,
they have to explain it so they can make the JJK video game, dude. They have to have all his abilities laid out.
It's like Luigi's bulge. Like 3 centimeters or whatever.
No, fucking renders.
Also, no, like actually though, there's like a bunch of dick jokes with Hisoka and Hunter x Hunter. Like it's happened like 4 times. I thought it was just once. It's happened like 4 times.
Welcome to the longest episode of the Manga Camp podcast, dude. Like this is crazy. We've gone on so many rants so far, and we're only like halfway through.
Yeah.
I'm only recording in the evening.
Also, just like a little side piece because we're side piece, One Piece. This was one of the coolest jump covers in a while. I love this cover. It was so much fun to do the thumbnail for this one. It was I did it beforehand. But Aliens Area. Let's talk about Aliens Area.
Key, you want to start us off? It's mid.
This chapter was so mid.
Oh, interesting.
Damn.
I thought it was the
sorry.
last chapter personally.
No, I'm sorry, it isn't. I feel like it's blending a little bit, right? I feel like he goes to the headquarters of this organization. He's learning from he meets a new team that he's going to be working with, and he's going to learn how to do one thing or another. I swear I've seen this at least 3 times just by catching up on Sakamoto, Yozakura family, and one other one that I can't think of right now.
Oh yeah. Back up. This is Weekly Shonen Jump. There's like 18 battle manga. They're all gonna have like the same like.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen a lot.
But none of the characters that were just introduced even stand out.
Oh nah, see that was
the
that's
only
the other
one
part.
Is the girl.
I know. I actually liked all.
He's
of them.
gonna bring up the
Cool.
girl. He's gonna bring up the girl. Not the other characters. What are their names, Aiden?
I don't remember. I barely remember the main character. I barely remember the main character's name, which is I think
Tatsumi Tatsunami. Come on, dude, that's so iconic already.
But no, I really liked like the nerdy dude, and then the one dude had such a crazy haircut, and I was like, oh, okay, that's sick.
The widow's peak.
Yeah,
he's nerdy Vegeta.
What do you guys think about these character designs? Because my first thought was, okay, so the main 2 boys, the main character and the scientist looking guy, they have very distinct designs. Their eyes look very normal or whatever. I won't lie. Looking at the girl, I'm gonna post a screenshot for you guys. I know they're just trying to do like the shiny like eye people thing. It almost bleeds into like looking like an alien, clearly not on purpose. Clearly not on purpose.
But not on purpose.
Yeah. I wanted to make sure that wasn't just me. Okay.
It could be a thing. It
could be. I mean, obviously Tatsumi or whatever the hell his name is has
picking up on the hints.
Yeah, but also just like to another effect, the panel where they introduce them, they've got the aquarium in the back.
Oh yeah, the aquarium.
Yeah.
Dude,
that was a really cool.
Or like it's a den of water with a bunch of aliens in it, with fish aliens, which
look like fish.
So fucking sick, man! If that is the design for some of these aliens that we get to look forward to in this manga, that's awesome. I feel like we just don't see cool aliens. Like Gintama is one of my favorite series. It's all about aliens taking over Earth. They do not have very many interesting aliens, but this, dude. I feel like we've got really cool aliens cooking up, which I'm excited for.
I posted a screenshot. Even the way they're standing in that panel looks like the way the aliens stand.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little weird.
A little bit, yeah.
Theory? Manga theory? Yeah, yeah. It's just one of those like they had to introduce some characters. I hope. I don't know. It's weird. They're introducing 3 at once though. Like normally it would have been a chapter where they just introduced the girl. You know.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see how they'll handle having 5 characters now.
I think it'll kind of be like he'll have a mission with one of them or something.
Yeah.
Like that'll. Yeah. It's just like.
And it'll be the girl.
Yeah, it'll be the girl.
They'll have a mission Yozakura family together.
One thing I'm kind of, I don't know. I don't have anything really cool or interesting to say about it because, like I said, I don't think that this chapter was like all that great. It's an introduction chapter though, so I mean you can't really expect anything too big from it. But I feel like I've seen it too many times before, and that's also just because I'm catching up on everything and I'm seeing all this stuff happen like back to back.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Yeah, that's my girlfriend off screen. You're fine. But this is completely random, and I know Bo is probably going to see it too. But like the dynamic between the 2 main characters. Tell me that isn't Senku and his best
absolutely,
friend.
Dude. Absolutely. I've been thinking that's in chapter 1.
Yes,
it's so clear. It's so clear that they. I'm not gonna say he copied that. I never want to use the word copy.
No, not at all.
It is clearly like.
Thank you. I'm glad I don't sound crazy.
And because it's funny because going back to like with Dr. Stone, everybody thought that Taiju was gonna be the main character. Like the first chapter was just Taiju basically, and then Senku came in. They could easily do that here, where I don't even know the scientist guy's name, but like he could easily become the main character.
Did they mention his name? I
think they did.
Yeah,
I forget what it was, but
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
We're
bad with names. That's a special we gotta do. Just like guess the characters' names from
just the main character. What's this character? What's RuriDragon's name? I don't know.
Dragon.
All right. Blue Box. Trent, this was your favorite chapter this week. What do you guys say about this?
We skipped RuriDragon.
Are we skipping RuriDragon?
Yeah, we don't know about RuriDragon.
I was doing a clean segue. I think this is way better than Aliens Area, to be honest.
Yeah, let's.
I do too. I'm way more excited.
It's just such a nice like palate cleanser, you know. It's just like nice slice of life kinda. I'm excited to see where they go. Aiden, you read the one shot. We got some silhouettes of the dad here.
Yeah.
Different than the one shot.
Yes.
Very different.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is he looks more humanoid rather than
he was just a dragon before. Yeah.
Yeah, it was literally just like a giant, like 30-foot dragon.
Yeah.
Like,
wait, really?
Yes.
In the one shot.
In the one shot.
That was the bit. That was the bit.
That was the bit.
That was the joke they did.
Okay. All right. I feel like I need to read the one shot.
Oh yeah, you
should. Especially compare it.
Yeah, I mean, the artwork is so clean in this.
Oh, it's
like I'm just looking at the shot of her when she's like over like the lake or whatever, and she breathes fire again, and it's just so fucking clean. The shit looks good. I posted it.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, the art's really good. I want to learn more about the mom. Like, she's obviously going to be a character, but like, she's just everything she says. It just seems like she's not serious.
She's very dull.
Yeah.
That's how.
Yeah, she's very dull, which I guess is probably going to keep
wasn't.
that. But
she also just seems really pissed off at the dad, which is something I'm kind of liking a little bit.
That was I thought that bit was funny because she is so dull that her throwing shit at the dad was funny.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
No.
And then at the end, they're just shopping in a supermarket. That's just like, it's just like we don't have this in Jump right now, so I think it's just a nice little.
Yeah, I
do hope that I think Ruri as a character is outlandish just by default because she's a dragon. So I'm kind of waiting for her to have a character to bounce off of more.
Right. Well, I mean, they're setting that up with the other girl,
with the best friend.
Yeah. So we'll see more of her next chapter, I assume.
My biggest worry with it is when you get these series with like monster girls or like half human half monster hybrids and whatever, my biggest like turn off from stuff like that is when they introduce another character that's like half goblin or some shit like right off the bat. It has like a tail or some quirky thing like that. I'm just like, that just makes the main character not as special anymore. If you're gonna do that, at least like wait a good while and then you can introduce some new characters.
That's a good point.
Like 10 characters out at the same time. Like
I wasn't even like considering that, but they're totally gonna have more dragons.
Oh yeah,
more dragons.
I hope they wait like a while.
I do
because they even found a they even have a pharmacy that deals with dragons.
Yeah.
At
like
some point in the world, there's a necessity for dragon-related stuff.
Yeah. Which I think will also be an interesting part of it. Like I think because like I do believe it happened in the first chapter where like she's getting stared at. Well, like she's being stared at so intently, like people aren't like blown away, but it's enough of a spectacle that she's being stared at all day long. Which I feel like it's like a, I guess like I don't know, like a shiny Pokemon. They exist, you just don't see them often at all. And then one thing that I noticed that I didn't mention in the first chapter is just I feel like, but the second chapter almost like solidified it more. Is that like, and also the one shot, is that I feel like it's kind of almost setting itself up to be battle manga-esque without battle manga. Like she's growing, she literally just trained to breathe fire, properly. So like, and it was enjoyable, and it was like also very like slice of life-esque. But in the end of the very first chapter, there's like a little box that says my dragonish properties: 1, horns, 2, flame breath, and I feel like, and I think the one shot set it up in a way that it might be a longer list at some point. Yeah, and so I think, that's how I felt, and I think the dad mentioned it too, and so I think that'll be like that continuing progression that'll keep people reading.
It'll be like a checklist, basically, as the series goes on. It's gonna be cool. Maybe she'll get wings one day.
No, I was gonna say I was about to say like 30 chapters from now or something, or I could probably be longer than that if it keeps going. But like, there's gonna be that 2-page spread of her soaring across like a city or something. That's gonna look awesome.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I've been enjoying it.
Yep. No,
good stuff.
I really like that one. It's solid. It's really adorable and very enjoyable. But yeah, let's talk about Blue Box. This was a good chapter.
It was a really good chapter, but I don't know what to talk about because like all I can say is like Taiki had like a really awesome moment, and then like it's like okay, well
he had a good front hand, a good backhand. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, like Taiki, like
Taiki felt like the most he's been like the most. I feel like he's been the most main character right now than he ever has been.
Yeah, well,
that's how I'd put it.
And like this has put this into perspective where I feel like he was almost like a blank canvas being torn back and forth between two girls and not really having too much for himself. Like he obviously is a character, but not as much as he could be. and I feel like this is growing him a lot. And he's like really putting down his foot, and like he's also fucking playing really good badminton.
He's also goated.
Because I felt like that was a thing that where it's like he's always just struggling. Like he's not really having many wins. No, he's like fucking going ham. And not only is he going the ham, the mangaka was going insane. That is one of the coolest chapters I've seen ever. It was beautiful. So beautiful.
It really, like, I was thinking, like, it was so beautiful, and it was, like, a really good, like, this, like, it was really good sports action. Mm-hmm. So, like, for him to just poop that out and then be like, yeah, I'm not good at drawing sports stuff. Like, what a flex. He flexed like, on the whole competition.
Well, he talked about, like, struggling to draw. Not that he's like, I'm not good. He was like, I had a really hard time, and it was like, he said it made it interesting because it was like a game. And that made that chapter even cooler.
Even cooler.
It was just, there isn't really too much to pick apart, aside from just, like, the art, him playing really good, and then just really having like, solid moments. I feel like we have more of a Taiki-focused arc coming up. Yeah. Where, like, maybe, like, very soon, he's just like, no more girls. I played badminton.
Like, dude, and that's another thing when it comes to these series, right? When there's a romance manga or anime between, like, more than one female in the group, right? Like, there's more than one love interest at the ready. The author, I noticed, always kinds of put more focus on the females because what this is a magazine for boys. That's what Shonen is. And that's what the guys want to see. They want to know more about the females but it kind of takes away from, like, the male character, like the guy that we're supposed to be, like, watching, like, struggle and grow and all that, right? You don't get much of that, but this chapter, like you said, it is kind of making it so that we can see that, you know? We're going to get to see, hopefully, more growth, and this isn't the only chapter for the next 100 chapters that we're going to see him do anything worth of note, right? So, props to Blue Box. Still being solid all the way through.
Great chapter. I can't believe we're talking about this manga so late in the magazine, but I think this is the effects of the kind of like chapter like 58 to 63 arc of Witch Watch, which is nuts. I feel like we never talk about this manga so late into the
Wasn't this super low last week?
I think it was. You might.
Yeah, it was 14 last week.
Yeah, it was pretty low.
But I think we are actually getting the effects of like chapter whatever. I think 58.
The ranking. Yeah, I think the rankings are starting to pick up on the fact that Witch Watch has actually been really good recently.
Yeah, like really, really good.
And it's not even like I thought Witch Watch before was okay, but I wasn't a huge fan. But Witch Watch is making me laugh now, which is crazy. Which it didn't really do that before. They have like two romances going on, and I really like both of them.
Yeah.
So,
no, like you like I feel like we have a solid cast. We have like really good characters that I'm consistently engaged with. So like even if like an individual character isn't super good, I'm so interested in the developments of the characters, and I'm really, really invested at this point that I'm gonna read the chapter no matter what. And that's like one of its biggest hooks. But also, it's fucking funny. It's been really funny lately. Like he's found his solid, like a consistent sense of humor that's really, really good, but also in different ways. You don't see good chapters of the Student Council. Student Council, dude, this chapter was fucking hilarious.
I'm glad he plucked him out.
Yeah,
I did like him in the Student Council episode.
The Student Council,
but
I think the Student Council bit was that they're just so obscene. Not that they were gonna focus on those characters. I think it was just that it was just the bit was that they were all these insane character tropes just like smashed together.
Yeah, that's his whole thing, right? He was like collecting them like Pokemon character tropes for his Student Council, but he's doing all the work, and that was the whole point of that chapter was to set him up as this overworked student president or whatever.
Yeah.
Imagine they did that with fucking Kaguya-sama. Wait, isn't that basically Kaguya-sama?
That is Kaguya-sama. There's a part, he kind of looks like Miyuki. He like kind of actually looks like Shirogane already. Like just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Still tiny bit. But overall, this chapter did make me laugh. I liked the joke they made about them looking like yokai. I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, all right, yeah, I like yokai. Yokai's cool.
And then they're like,
and then they were like, we are actually yokai. Calling us ugly because that is mean.
It was great.
And then like, The part that made me fucking gut myself, like, way too hard, was then they walk in, and Nico's, like, overly surprised. She's like, what? Like, what the...
That's funny that you say that, because the part that I was laughing at was them piggyback riding each other.
That was really good.
He thought it was going to look like a cloak, and it just looks like... He's got like 4 arms, three legs. He looks like a monster.
There was like really great bits in that chapter. I thought the Nico one was my favorite because it was just like, you were not like, how are you not used to these absurdities at this point? Like that was just funny. Where the whole chapter was super absurd, and then they come in and they're like, come on, like really, like actually. I love Witch Watch. It's solid. There isn't really much to pick apart. Not until a chapter where it like gets into the characters really hard. But yeah, nice chapter, solid.
JJK, I feel like this chapter.
Are we talking spoilers?
Yeah, we are gonna talk. We're gonna talk spoilers.
Oh, are we gonna talk spoilers?
I mean, like,
I feel like we don't really need to.
We don't have to.
Nah,
I don't think
this
there's actually a
chapter
whole
was
lot.
kind of like,
yeah, we don't have to talk spoilers.
It was just an action chapter.
Yeah, it was just an action chapter.
It's nothing else.
And it was fucking gruesome. I feel like we haven't seen a chapter like that in a while. I was like, dude, no, it like when his
intestines falling out.
When his fucking, and I was like, oh, okay, like we're doing this, like holy shit, like homie's face is just
like it.
I haven't seen like that.
Like that kind of action is something where you gotta buy the Blu-ray in order to watch it.
Yeah.
Like otherwise it just blurred it out.
I haven't seen something like that, like gruesome in like a jump manga since Golden Kamuy. Like I was like, like something hasn't like. Because it's manga, you know? I don't really, like, get too phased. No, that, like, literally had me fucking phased. I was just like, oh, we're doing this. And then I was going to be like, we joked about it. I think on the podcast or off the podcast. Oh, he won't. Can you imagine he fucking loses? Could you imagine? We're like, I'm literally sitting there, I'm like, there's no way.
I sat there, like, like, mouth open, eyes bulging out of my head, and then, like, just, like... He's done. Like he's dead. Like
I don't know. I feel like I'm at. Does anybody else that like reads manga also just use anime as like a refresher because you don't remember where characters came from or why you care about them?
I do.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the case for me here. I don't remember either of these two characters because I'm reading this week to week right now and don't understand what the point of this fight is anymore.
Yeah,
I just know that it's calling games and that's it.
Calling games make things pretty confusing. There's just so much.
Yeah,
there's just so much.
So many characters
from place to place.
It's like
a lot of overarching things they have to keep track of.
I think he's doing this arc poorly because he did Shibuya really good, where he just focused. He stayed focused on a character, but now he's doing the fucking One Piece syndrome, which is just I'm gonna be everywhere all at once. I'm like, don't do that. You don't have to do that. I know you can do other things. And wow.
I hate to agree with you on this, but I feel like One Piece is almost doing it worse because at least with JJK, they're focusing on a fight for more than like one chapter.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's still a little.
It's
still a little much sometimes. I don't know, especially when you have like your literal like fucking essentially two main characters. Yuta and Itadori, and just not being existent for like way too long. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, agree.
I mean, we did just we're hot off the heels of a really great Yuta arc, but that was still almost...
The Yuta arc was beautiful, dude.
Like that was like 6 or 7 weeks ago now. Well, no, longer, because he takes breaks every other second week or so. But, yeah, I feel like there's not too much to say about Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah,
it's
not
just
so much to say, but we still talked about it for like 10 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, like... I noticed this too. We get to Jujutsu Kaisen almost every week, and more like, it's just like, dude, it's like, yeah, there was a fight.
That's it.
Yeah, like I realized that Jujutsu Kaisen is just pure like raw shonen. Like he's clearly just like, it's like literally straight from the noggin to the manuscript. Like there's, it's just straight. Like he's just writing as he goes. Obviously, there's a planned story, but 90% of it's just as he goes. I can feel that for sure. Especially when it comes to abilities.
Yeah, and last week was a little bit different because at least we ended off on a high note where we got like some reveal, some like exposition, but like this week is again just a fight scene, which is why I didn't think we need to send Bo away.
I was surprised that we didn't get anything about that.
That was a little jarring that it immediately just jarring. Like they're like flashback. Yeah, no, just kidding. Here's a fight. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
It was more than a little bit of. It was like, ah!
Next up's My Hero.
Yeah.
So,
Is it time for the Bo and Trent Power Hour?
Yeah, Bo and Trent Power
Hour.
Honestly, do we need to talk spoilers on this? Do you think? I mean,
I'll take off my headphones.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Here, are you muted? Okay.
They're good. Yeah, you want to start us off, Trent?
Yeah,
really good chapter, I should say. When I said that, I didn't mean to like demean the chapter, but like.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I didn't. Take
really.
it that way.
Number 2 for me this week, probably.
But yeah, probably 3rd, 4th. I read so many, I forget.
Yeah, same.
I was wrong about the whole Class A thing. I mean, I was like half wrong, I guess. So there wasn't as much of a focus on the Class A people.
Yeah, I mean, they could still do that, I feel like.
Yeah, they still can. I think they'll do it with a different hero, though. I could see them doing that with Spinner. Like, because he's got his fight coming.
And they could actually take him, and that would make sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Endeavor kind of had to deal with this.
Yeah. Endeavor's moment.
Yeah, finally.
It feels like a really good. Like, I wasn't expecting him to have like a really good moment here because it didn't feel like him fighting All For One made sense.
Yeah.
It felt like it was someone else's fight. But
but then like who else was he gonna fight? You know.
Right, but like I actually do think it came around and.
Yeah, I'm
really. Yeah, summed up his arc. It was really good.
Yeah, he's good now. I've been so like tired. Like I get why he's been like out of it. I get it, but I have been tired of it. I'm not gonna lie. At the end of the day, this is a war. Your son is fucked. Just deal with it. Like, but I get it. So to finally see him just like suck it up, grit his teeth, and just go fuck up All For One. Was really nice.
Such a badass
dude. I mean, once again, Horikoshi's art this chapter, dude. Mm-hmm. Popping off with the flames and everything, and just like the facial expressions of Endeavor.
Endeavor's face was just so pure, and like you could just feel.
There was one panel they were even like saying he was like, there was like some disfigurement that went on, right, or something. That doggedness has left you twisted and disfigured. What is that? I couldn't tell with the art. Endeavor's obviously fucked up from that chapter. Like he got like 2 chapters ago, he got like a huge hit on him. But I thought this was a really good chapter. I'm excited to see how damaged All For One is, because I mean I don't think he's dead.
I could see him.
You think?
Yeah, because
maybe
they kind of hinted at the end of the chapter that he was like weakened. So I mean,
right? They broke.
At the very least, he'll go. I think he's at least defeated now.
Okay, sure.
I think it would be really annoying if he was just like if he came back again.
Yeah, it is kind of weird because they have to juggle obviously All For One and Shigaraki. And Shigaraki is the main villain, but also All For One is. So it's like, in my mind, it's hard to like say like, okay, he's actually out right now.
I think we're going to get more. The way I see it going down is we're going to get more information on All For One's hold over Shigaraki, and then Shigaraki is going to be like the for sure main villain.
Yeah, sure. And I mean, like you said, we still have to deal with Spinner and Toga and them. Yeah,
because Toga copied Double's power.
Yeah.
So she's a big issue right now, and then Spinner has like an army of mutants.
Well, I guess that's also the surprising thing. They dealt with All For One, or at least seemingly dealt with All For One before. Like obviously Toga and Spinner are fan favorites, but like dealt with him before the side characters almost.
Yeah.
Which is a little interesting.
I wonder if they did. I wonder if Horikoshi did that just to have a buffer, so that you're not talking about All For One and then you're talking about Shigaraki.
Yeah,
so I'm thinking that's why.
Maybe. It's also maybe because Toga's a fan favorite.
Yeah.
That might be. And yeah, I mean, I was saying like, oh, is All For One defeated? He's probably is defeated.
If he comes back,
this isn't really a series where. Right, and like I don't think he's gonna die. He's just gonna be locked up again, probably.
Yeah.
My Hero's a very much a manga where people just get locked up. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good chapter. Do you want to beam them back in, or do you have anything else to say?
I don't.
Okay.
It's kind of like Jujutsu Kaisen. It's just action.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you. I was reading Yozakura Peak.
Ooh.
All right.
Sakamoto Days moment.
Oh man.
Are you talking massive spoilers here?
Yeah, it's just too much to talk
about. I'll be back. Yeah, I'll mute myself.
I'll have Aiden talk about this because it's his favorite character.
Dude. Oh man, what a chapter!
Are you caught up, Key?
Yeah, I'm caught up.
Let's
go.
Yeah, we can talk about this now with Key. When we first jumped into this little arc here, the now JCC arc, going to school, I was like, man, where's Shin?
There he is.
And there he is. I love Shin. I absolutely love Shin. He's like my favorite character. So
yeah. You said to me that he was like your favorite in Jump.
Like easily one of my favorites in Jump, hands down. And it's like, really cool chapter. I feel like you just like they delved into the past without needing like proper flashbacks. Like, not really. So like some good moments, like Sakamoto as his wife, Belly just poof.
Yeah.
but like my highlight was easily like the best shooter being Heisuke, the sniper guy, and then
Sakamoto.
He's better than Sakamoto, and then not writing his name because he forgot to or something, which is fucking awesome. They like really like, I don't know, it just like really built his character up well. And then obviously Shin, I love Shin. So him, I guess they don't really touch up on it, but him not having like a school experience before because he was like an experiment his whole life.
I like the subtle kind of hint that he kind of wants that kind of experience and he never got it as a kid.
Well, maybe not subtle because he's walking around with a volume of school manga and being like, this trope, I want to do this trope.
Well, I meant subtle as in they didn't do a flashback where he's like, man, I didn't have high school as a kid. I'm so depressed.
I feel like
he's just like, I'm ready for this.
I love Sakamoto because it propels the story very well and characters and tells you about the characters without jamming it down your throat with backstory. Sakamoto doesn't necessarily need backstory and tells so much story with just small pieces of dialogue and small moments. And I absolutely love it, and that's why I love it so much, and obviously why it does so well in the magazine. But yeah, no, it was just so exciting seeing Shin obviously kick the shit out of a dude. He's hype. And then you have our Invisible Man's, I think, little brother.
Yeah, he came back. I was not expecting
I can't believe it's him. That was hype.
Me neither.
I was like, that's fucking hype. Which is cool. He's a cool character. I don't know where I got it in my head as the little brother. I'm pretty sure it's him. I'm fucking stupid. But yeah, Invisible Man, which is cool. It was just hype. A lot happens. A lot's been happening. Which has been really, really cool.
It's been balls to the walls.
To the wall. Sakamoto Days slaps. Also, our new heroine character. She's awesome. I
really hope to see more of her.
I hope to see more of her.
I really like her character.
But at the same time, I hope she doesn't overshadow our first female character that we were introduced to earlier. Because
I don't know. I kind of like her better than her, I wouldn't mind.
I
wouldn't mind if it pulled a Doron Dororon and just replaced it.
I would because I like them both. I think they both have really good character tropes, and I just hope that you don't phase one out for the other, especially not for as good as Sakamoto is right now.
The only thing with the other girl is like her power is tied to her being drunk, which I feel like doesn't really lend itself to Shonen.
Yeah, I also do think I think there'll be true. I think there'll be because obviously we hit an arc and they've like their powers of like Shin went from being able to read people's mind to now a clairvoyant. I feel like she can have that. She has room to even further her power because I know they
she can move up to drugs. She can like a heroin addict. Let's go.
This is for kids. This is supposed to be
for young boys. They're showing them the path.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, just such a solid chapter.
Sakamoto's is a gateway drug.
Sakamoto's a gateway drug. Sakamoto's a gateway drug to dressing as your wife. And beating the shit out of people at school.
It's amazing. Overall, I think this is the first episode that I've been on where I'm caught up with Sakamoto.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
I'll just say that this is definitely in my top 3 in the magazine right now.
It's so good.
It's honestly
hands
amazing.
Down terrific. Like such a good one.
I think that the one thing I am kind of concerned about is just where this current arc is. Is Sakamoto gonna be mostly completely cut out until maybe towards the end of this arc? You think because he's not even there?
Yeah. Doesn't the costume only hold up for 24 hours?
Yeah.
So I mean,
but
manga. manga fit a lot into like short time spans, so
yeah,
he's still gonna do stuff.
Absolutely.
No, he's going up in 5 chapters in like 6 seconds.
Yeah. I do think though, and we talked about this a little bit before, but I think a lot of Sakamoto's point is for Shin to succeed Sakamoto at a point. Like, and they've shown this. They've given us hints at this a lot throughout the series. I think this will be a big arc for Shin to really step up on his own, because he showed he was going to do it last arc. Sakamoto came in clutch because he's just goated. Like this is like this is like All Might, but like super long span. Like you have a mentor that lasts for a long time.
Shin... Sorry.
No, you're good.
I think this arc is just going to be Shin and the girl, and that's who it mostly focuses on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really mind if Sakamoto's out of the picture. I mean, I love Sakamoto.
Dude, Sakamoto's like the best part of the manga, but I mean, I agree that Shin's great and stuff, and I want to see him do his own thing, and that's why I'm asking, do you think that this is going to be mostly a Shin arc with this new girl?
Oh, probably.
And also, are we going to get those characters that like got kidnapped by the bad guys kidnapped? Because I really liked the Sakamoto fangirl character. I thought that was like funny.
I like both of those characters.
They were great. What a crazy sentence. I like both of the characters.
The very clingy guy dressed in all black. I forget his name. He was great too.
Yeah. No, I love all of Sakamoto Days characters. Like even the villains, I enjoy, which isn't very often. I'm like, you're stupid. I love seeing your ass getting kicked. No, Sakamoto. I'm like, damn, these are really just cool characters. I like seeing them. So it's enjoyable that way. I do like it.
Should we bring back?
Unless you got any more to say.
It's my time to leave.
Yeah.
Once I figure out how to mute.
There we go.
I'm back.
One Piece.
Bruh.
Trent. I was like,
get out of here, dude. No.
Go for it, Bo. Go for it. Balls to the walls.
Bruh.
And real quick. Aiden, check your email right now, because something about summertime rendering. I just got an email for it. But yeah, let's go One Piece. Okay. Also.
Yeah. I mean, we knew what this chapter was going to be, but even knowing that, holy shit.
Right.
Just I always love seeing Big News Morgan. So seeing him starting off with him, just denying like the Gorosei there, just like printing what he wants to print, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and then they print out. We see the bounties of Luffy and Kid and Law, and interesting that they're all the same. They're obviously trying to downplay Luffy. They didn't want that picture to be printed.
Yeah.
So yeah, 3 billion berry bounties each.
I thought it was crazy.
Odin's dad is alive.
Which is nuts. Right. There's so much.
Get back. Yeah.
I thought it was nuts that they printed the Gear 5 picture. I thought that was crazy.
Well, the Gorosei didn't want him to.
No. But also just like as of like writing too. Like I was like, damn, like that's gonna be merch in like a month. Like, Gear 5 is.
It was already gonna be merch.
Yeah.
You know?
I was just like, damn. Okay.
Yeah.
It's right to it then.
When it comes to that, I already know, because they were kind of saying like, oh, we can't print this, to make sure that they replace the picture or whatever. What if there's gonna be like 2 versions of his new band poster? One where it's like a regular picture, and one where it's like his Gear Fit form. And you already know Bartolomeo's gonna have both of them because he's a collector.
That'll be cool.
Right.
It's like it's like a limited print.
Limited print.
Yeah,
the cut down on already.
The first print was the Gear 5. Second print is the Gorosei corrected one.
But oh my god, that's crazy. Odin's father being alive. It's so it's such a loaded chapter.
Like out of nowhere, it's like Wano is over, but like obviously it's not. The way One Piece is structured, you have the final fight, you have some interstitial chapters, then you kind of just go to the next place. We have an admiral in Wano right now.
We are staying.
We are staying in Wano for another good 20 chapters. Probably.
Yeah. Oh, easy. It's either like a confrontation that goes bad and they're gone immediately, or it's a fight and they stay. And I think just the way things have been cracking up, they're not gonna run from a fight. They're going balls to the wall. No. Luffy's like, Gear 5, bam.
Yeah, we're too deep for him to run.
He's a fucking emperor. Which, like...
We'll get to that.
But the fact that he's at that point where he could almost definitely take down an admiral with ease, but that admiral pulled up and took down, like, king and queen, like, finished them up, just, like, Drain touched them, like, dude,
sick. Yeah, are they dead?
They're straight up.
I would assume so. Well,
I'm looking at the picture of King. He like stabbed him in like the chest. So yeah, he's.
It's One Piece. We'll see.
It is One Piece. we know with Kinemon.
We'll see. We will see. But the panel, like, what a way to introduce an admiral. Like, I think.
Oh, good,
like,
dude.
I like there. If any One Piece is really good at showing anything, it's power scaling. It's always really good at power scaling. But man, what a way to show like an omnipotent force by fucking stabbing a bunch of people and having them like their corpses just hung up, stabbed on plants. What a cool fucking panel! I was like immediately floored by this guy. I like that his thing's is plants. That's cool. It's really
neat. It's perfect because that means we've had admirals that have plants, ice, fire / lava.
You're right. Yeah, it's all like
it's like the
elements.
It's the elements. It's
yeah.
Gravity. I don't know.
Yeah, it's it's like really impressive. I feel like he's gonna shape up to be a really interesting character. See, I always base how I feel about an admiral off of their interaction with Luffy. That's just how I base Navy people, which is fun because it's like because Luffy's like in the world is like a neutral good. He's truly good, but to the government, he's not bad, but he's not good. Yeah. So he like falls in this balance for the government. So how the government interacts with him is interesting. Like and that means a lot. Like immediately, like just throughout One Piece, like Luffy is obviously this super like neutral force to the government. Like he's a pirate, but he's still saving people. He's still doing good deeds. So I always base an admiral off of that.
Immediately, it's just like I want his head.
Yeah, and that's why Fujitora goated because he's also like one of the most I feel like he's one of the few characters in One Piece who has his head on straight, except for he's in the Navy. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But
speaking
of
also, Luffy, like the man himself, right? In all this aftermath, there's always an after party whenever there's like a big victory over a big villain on an island, right?
Yeah.
In this aftermath, I feel like this. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is like the first time Luffy has said that he just doesn't want to be hailed as a hero, right? He said, "Hey, give it up for the samurai that defended Wano," or whatever he said. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he said he does not want to be a hero. I'm just like, dude, Luffy's maturing. Like he's actually growing up. Like, before this break, where he's gonna see a whole new Luffy.
Oh, for sure.
Going forward, like crazy.
Like he's being more upfront. Like he's being like he's actually saying things where normally he'd be like, "Me."
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Like literally just like we're like I feel like we're getting past Luffy brain. We're like it's just he's being a person. Like he has to kind of act a certain way now that he has a certain title. The way the chapter lended itself, I was almost getting to a point where I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be Kid." I don't know. My brain, I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be Kid. This is gonna be our little." Emperor.
I got spoiled on Twitter for that. Like,
well, we talked about it last week because there was a theory of which, by the way, once again, some Goda shit. This man obviously planned for fucking Buggy to be an emperor, which is incredible. But yeah, this is all over Twitter also, to be fair. So
yeah.
Everyone is smiling except for Shanks in the
dude, the moment we get Shanks information, the world is gonna be on fire.
Oh, we're going to August, dude. It's gonna be the month of Shanks, I swear.
Is that when the movie comes out? August?
Yeah, August.
Yeah. Okay. Oh god.
Yeah. Emperors.
Emperors. Good.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then one thing we didn't talk about, once again, this happens with Robin pretty much after every arc. It feels like,
of course.
Talking to Oden's dad, Sukiyaki.
Yes.
His name.
Oh my god. Yes. This other thing.
Pluton is confirmed in Wano.
Yeah. No, sorry.
Is that what you were gonna bring up?
Yeah. So we started talking about why they'll stay in Wano. That's also they're gonna stay in Wano for that no matter what. Like I forgot. Yeah. No, they're staying in Wano for a good bit now. At least 5. Maybe 20 chapters if there's a fight.
Like, I agree. I mean, we were saying like, Elbaf's gonna be next, and it's gonna be like a Zoe-sized arc. I think post Wano is gonna be a Zoe-sized arc. I think for sure. Like, we're gonna be here for a while. But I mean,
like Reverie,
if the new admiral wasn't there, then sure. But him being there, it's too much.
Yeah,
it's gonna
and like even that, like we're gonna stay kind of in Wano. I feel like we might bounce back to Reverie after the break too. I just feel like we can bounce back to Reverie, and then after it comes back, we'll be in Wano again. I don't know. It's tough to say. There's just so much that can happen with One Piece. I feel like it's hard to predict.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to the next chapter. Are we getting one more chapter, or was this
No,
it?
this was it.
This was
dude.
it.
This
This was the last issue.
Dude, this was it, dude.
Let the 1 month break begin. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Time for me to finally catch up on Black Clover,
dude,
I guess.
watch our podcast become like 15 minutes shorter.
It will.
Like it's gonna be so much shorter.
Let's bring Trent back, right? Are we good on One Piece?
Yeah, we're good on One Piece.
Yeah, let's wrap.
Get him in here.
Right,
and I will say, obviously not spoiler, obviously, but I'm curious to see, is Sakamoto just gonna be number 1?
I think Sakamoto will dominate.
Well, yeah. One Piece is gone. I mean, My Hero might be in there, but Sakamoto probably number 1.
We were talking about Sakamoto, and I do, like, obviously don't want to spoil, but I wish you would listen, because like Sakamoto is so good. Like it's easily one of the best things in Jump right now.
It's one of the things I look forward to every week.
Like,
I love what I read. So.
It's incredible. I love that. Like I set an expectation for it before I started reading it, and it defied absolutely everything. So, like it's gonna be the next big series. Like when it hits an anime, whew, like it's gonna be a big deal for a while.
But Robocco sweep.
Of course, Robocco sweep. Making $1 billion.
Billion first manga to sell $1 copies.
All right. Do we have any other like last bit of news that we want to talk about?
Chainsaw Man.
Yeah,
people are eating.
Dude, yeah.
I was waiting all podcasts to talk about
Yes.
Yeah.
You're getting a one-shot on July 4th.
Yes.
You're getting Chainsaw Man Part 2 July
13th.
13th.
Dude, it's soon. I thought it'd be like a month or two before we
yeah.
actually. Oh my goodness.
What if the one-shot connected to the Chainsaw Man universe somehow?
They're all connected somehow.
That would honestly be surprising because it's a collab with someone else.
Yeah.
For that to...
Yeah, someone else doing the art, right?
I would not be. Yeah. I don't know about art. Probably the other way. See, I don't actually.
I know. I think Fujimoto's doing the story.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting.
Yeah.
It's weird because it's the first time I saw a collab. Like usually they say someone's doing the art and someone's doing the story, but like they just said collaboration.
Yeah.
So,
maybe they're both doing it.
We'll probably find out as time goes on, because that'll be coming fairly soon. I'm excited. Fujimoto one shots are my absolute favorite. Like they're so good. There's like
I haven't read a single one of them.
You need to. You need to. Like
you haven't
it's the best thing you'll ever read.
I haven't read any of his ones.
They are like,
better than Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, no, hands down.
They're better than Chainsaw Man and Fire Punch.
How can they be better?
Just listen to me. Goodbye Eri is literally like a fucking movie in 200 pages. It's so good. It's
200 pages.
It's 200 pages. Mm-hmm. It fucking balls to the wall.
They're releasing that. They announced that with the Vista. They're announcing it as a physical volume.
Yeah, no, it's
by itself.
But you know Fujimoto, there's literally points where you like, okay, so yeah, no, I'm super excited. Obviously we knew that Chainsaw Man would not be returning to Weekly Shonen Jump, so we're not allowed to talk about it on the podcast. So this is the last time we're talking about it ever.
Yeah. No, we're gonna be talking about.
But no, I think we could see it. I do hope it's not weekly.
I hope it's bi-weekly.
I hope it's bi-weekly. Ideally,
monthly's too much.
Monthly's too much. I was like, at first I was like, monthly would be nice. Then I remember Jujolian ran for 10 years just to have 110 chapters.
Platinum End ran for a long time too.
Also, I did confirm Fujimoto is writing it and someone else is doing the art.
Okay. That is interesting.
That was cool.
Which will be nice. Because I think I like his writing probably more than I like his art. Both are amazing.
Both are amazing, but I think his writing's 10 times better than his art.
Yeah.
Maybe I really need to read the one shots.
Yeah,
better. I feel like the art's better.
Better now. Like now, see, like Fire Punch, Chainsaw Man. You think he's the most garbage writer ever? Chainsaw Man, not so much. Just hectic. But Goodbye Eri and Look Back. Wow.
Also, Aiden's wrong. Fire Punch is good. It's the best writing ever. It's better than Chainsaw Man.
All right.
Incest, Wincest.
You just gotta be edgy.
Incest, Wincest, Fire Punch, everyone dies. No,
I need to read one bit. Fire Punch.
It's edgy.
No.
It's pure edge.
Fujimoto, no.
It is pure edge. I won't say it's not.
It's nuts.
Is there anything else that I can think of besides the physical volumes that got announced by Viz?
Another one, Don one shot coming.
One shot
tomorrow.
Not on one shot.
The creator's one shot.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was like,
there you go. I was like, wait, what?
Which is exciting. I absolutely love his work. His art's fucking some of the best manga art. And I love his storytelling. I'm excited to see what it is. I don't know what it is. I just love Don and all of his works.
Yeah.
I feel like we're getting really close to Hunter x Hunter coming back. Especially, I'm getting nervous because with One Piece leaving the magazine, that's a big spot to fill.
Yeah.
And
Black Clover's coming back.
Imagine it gets announced tomorrow that it's coming back next week.
Yeah. Well, Black Clover's coming back in August, right? It still has a little.
No,
One Piece will be back.
Yeah, it's got like a month left.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. About Gintama, there's no news on Gintama coming back or anything.
Okay.
But just
Thank you for the update.
Yeah, no worries. Sorachi Sensei has not done anything. Sakamoto is cover next week, lead and cover. So
nice.
Is next week the week with the Dr. Stone chapter? Or is that the week after?
It's July 4th. I think
next issue then. Okay.
I think
yeah. Not this coming week, but like next week. Yeah.
July 4th is a big day for manga.
Yeah, that's all that. No, just Dr. Stone. Dr. Stone fans.
Dragon Ball movie dropped in Japan recently. It's doing pretty well.
Apparently, it's leaked completely online.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to watch it, you can.
It's been complete. I think it's been completely leaked. Not super huge news, but Tokyo Revengers just got announced that it's coming back.
Season
soon.
2? Yeah, that's good.
Which will be exciting.
Kristen Stark. That's nice.
Did Ranking of Kings get something announced?
Did it?
I don't think so.
Okay. I swear I saw something, but maybe I'm tripping.
It was nominated for Winter Anime of the Year. Or Winter
Maybe that's what I saw.
Anime. Oh, okay. I didn't talk about this. Love is War is getting an hour-long episode to end the season, which is fucking exciting. I can't wait. It's one of the craziest arcs coming to a climax. I can't fucking wait. It's all I think about all day.
Is that this weekend?
It is this Friday in 4 days.
Right.
I'm counting down the days.
You better message me when you're gonna watch that, dude, because I want to watch it with you.
You know, you know I am already. But yeah,
right.
I think unless we have anything else to say,
Bleach coming back in less than 100 or just about 100 days.
Okay, two things actually. So
yeah.
I don't know if you saw this, Key. Kubo basically confirmed there's another Bleach console game coming out this year. Obviously, so Bleach console game, that's gonna be awesome. Hopefully CyberConnect, who's making that Storm style game, hopefully. And then we completely missed over this. So in One Piece's absence, we're getting the Road to
Oh yes.
Yeah.
We get lots of One Piece content.
Which is gonna be like special sketches and like unused ideas and stuff. I don't know how like substantial that's gonna be, but we will definitely be talking about that.
It'll be One Piece content.
Cool.
I do hope that Viz includes this on the Viz site. Otherwise,
I will find it somehow some other way.
I'm gonna
buy the volume.
I mean, we're here. I'm gonna whine about it now. I think Viz at this point is so close to actually just having a digital weekly Shonen Jump. Could you imagine there was an option where you could just read it like
they don't do, dude.
Yeah, it's just the one shots, but they literally, even on the website, they order them by the TOC. So when you're reading them on the website in order, like from first to last, that is the TOC order. You are so close to having a digital weekly Shonen Jump. just that extra step, please,
right?
Please.
And it wouldn't really be that much work to like specialize it for like Western audiences with like, oh, here's One Piece Odyssey showed up at Summer Game Fest or whatever. Like have that kind of stuff in there. Like they could do it.
And you also don't have to have the super.
You also don't have to do that.
Yeah, you just include the one shots and put them in like a compilation thing you can read if you want to. And I think they should, because there's clearly an audience now. Their Viz is clearly daring enough to print Ayashimon and Red Hood, which will never come back. And it's like, that's crazy. That's like,
wait until Ayashimon sells 1 trillion copies.
And it's stuff like, obviously I haven't read Witch Watch, but like, how the fuck is Witch Watch not getting physical here, bro? What? That makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of their decisions just
don't make sense.
I think
Viz deep down knows that the first 50 chapters suck. So.
There you
go. But also not Yozakura, not Robocco.
I could see them reversing Witch Watch if it gets an anime, or when it gets an anime.
I think it will. Yeah. He's renowned enough.
He's
renowned enough with Sket Dance and Astro Lost in Space. I'm sure we'll see it. Another piece of news that I do want to mention, just because it's so fucking cool. GE Kids got the licensing to play the Evangelion movie.
Eva movies.
Thrice Upon a Time in theaters this holiday season, and I'm fucking excited. That's one of my all-time favorite movies. Period.
It's my favorite anime movie.
I'm going to theaters to watch that for sure. Probably a couple of times. That movie makes me cry like buckets.
Yeah.
I love that movie. So seeing it in theater will be nuts.
Yeah.
I gotta catch up on Evangelion. I found that box set at Goodwill. So
you gotta. I think Ava.
I don't know shit about Evangelion.
Ava is one of like the best.
It's something
pieces
that
of
everyone
media.
should watch.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
There's no reason you don't.
Yeah. Also, because I'm a geek for it. We didn't talk about this when we were talking about the Viz. Shoten is getting physical. I think that's sick. I'm glad. Like, and that's another thing where like Shoten is only 10 chapters deep. It's 50 pages because it's monthly.
Yeah.
But like,
Obata.
It's Obata.
That's why they're printing it.
Absolutely. So it's like there's clearly like they're aware that the Western audience is very aware. Viz, you're just so close. You're doing things right. You just need to keep pushing a little harder. You got it. Why do we need just the most random manga? Why do we need a fucking turning red spin-off manga? Print Winch Watch, please. I know you're
turning red manga. Did I miss something? Wait, what?
Yeah, there's a spin-off manga.
How does it feel, Aiden, that my canceled series that I hold in such high regard is getting printed?
Bro, it's so bullshit. Ashman got printed before Yozakura family.
And Robocco.
So dog shit.
Wanna know what's even better? Ayakashi Triangle's getting physicals first before either of those two.
Is that 7 C's that's doing that?
No.
I'm pretty sure it's Viz.
Viz has all of Jump's stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
I saw that one.
Oh, there you go.
But I think we need to start wrapping up the episode because it is actually running quite a while.
It's been
like a 2-hour podcast.
It's been a loaded week. We've had a lot to talk about, so yeah. It's called Four Town, by the way.
It balances out because last week's episode was like an hour.
Yeah. The Turning Red one or spin-off manga is called Four Town. It's literally about the band in Turning Red. Canada represent, I guess. Shit.
Is this what you're proud of?
Oh, Canada! Canada Day is coming up. That's crazy. Yeah. All right. Man. Anyways, we'll see you guys in issue 30 with Sakamoto Days. Woo!
Later.
Bye. Thank you guys for watching.